Hello and welcome to my next video, HGV tips for new drivers and existing drivers as well. Today's video is going to be mainly aimed at new drivers, and it's going to be about what you're going to bring into work when you're driving. So what's in your bag, for example. So first things first, you're going to need your tacho card. So you're going to need something to put it in. Now I personally have this, and this basically just clips open, two of my licenses in there, one there for the tacho card, and of course bring it with me, keep it in my pocket every single day. You're going to need your tacho card more or less every single day. You kind of think drive without it for a certain period of time, but you just don't want to go down that road if you can help it. So personally, I find a little slim wallet like that to put all your cards in, you won't forget them. Okay, next thing will be a mobile phone device. I think that's self-explanatory. You can use it as obviously Google Maps, or obviously you might need your phone to phone up the transport office. It's your basically contact to the outside world, and that's an obvious one, but you can forget it sometimes, you know. Not ideal, but amount of times I've used my mobile phone to phone up places where I'm delivering to find out where they are, how I'm going to get in, etc. Definitely much needed. Next one will be a sat navigation, truck sat navigation. Now obviously again, you can use your mobile phone or apps on your mobile phone. It's entirely up to you. I do recommend getting a specific truck sat nav, whether it's an app or an external device. That's something I bought one. I will be making a video on this, and it's one of the best things I've ever bought. Apart from my tacho card, I wouldn't be without that. Okay, right, next thing is, let's have a look through my little bag. Pens. Funny enough, I've got a group of pens here. Again, need to set with your paperwork, signing things off, filling things out, you will need pens. What else we got? Okay, go for a couple of things here. So, I've got a torch. Early mornings, late evenings, with winter coming, etc. Need to know where you're going. Good thing to have a look around with. Also, pre-checks in the morning. When I do my pre-checks early in the morning, can't see anything. Even though there's lights, big depot, etc. Great thing to have a look around, wheel nuts, tyre treads, any leaks, etc, etc. You will need a torch, and they do come in handy. Next thing, what I've got is tape, funny enough. Now, you might find that odd, but I have used tape, funny enough. I was driving for a company, checked all my mirrors beforehand, bearing this in mind, they were all secure. But when I turned around the corner, the top wing mirror on the driver's side just fell out. It just fell out. It was bizarre, really. Luckily, it didn't smash into smithereens. It only broke in two halves. So what I did, used the tape, and I taped it up, and I drove back. Really, maybe I should have phoned up the transport office, got a rescue truck out there, but that's what I did, and it came in handy. So maybe some tape in there will help as well. Next thing we have, make sure you got your phone chargers, or any chargers like that. Also a phone connector to hold the phone in place. I've got one that clips into the air, incoming air, just clips in, the phone goes on there. Again, that all helps. I've also got in here a screwdriver. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That's a bizarre choice. Funny enough, I've actually used it as well. Did some work for an agency company, loft installation company, and it was a bit of a broken down wagon, you know. Got to one of the first deliveries and I had trouble with the side curtain. Curtain side, couldn't open it, so I tried opening the back doors. Opened the back doors, I couldn't close them again. It was so bad, so in the end I had to use the screwdriver to leverage the door closed. Crazy, but true. So I just carry one now, just for the sake of it. Okay, next thing. You will need a high vis. More often than not, whenever you go places, you will need a high vis at some place. Get one from the charity shop, the pennies. Also as well, with a high vis, you can also invest as well. Again, they're only a couple of quid from a charity shop. High vis jackets. You'll see the big puffer jackets. A lot of lorry drivers wear them. When it starts raining and you're undoing your side curtain, it's not very pleasant. So it's always helpful to have that on hand. So when it does rain unexpectedly, put that on, bob that on with the hood up, and then once you come into your cab, take it off, and you're more or less dry. It's worth its weight, definitely, with one of those. Okay, next thing, which I found quite interesting. These tachograph rolls. I've got two of them in the bag. I've been in many cabs, and I've not had two tachograph rolls. And one of the criteria for your checks, you need 2 spare tachograph rolls. And yeah, funny enough, I've actually spoken to companies, oh, have you got any spare tachograph rolls? Office staff might not be in, might only be a forklift truck driver in there. No, I don't know where they are. No idea where they are. We haven't got any at the minute. What do? You know, it's a rarity that that you might never need them, but they're there. So when I worked for one of the courier companies, they had some spares, took some spares for myself, problem solved. You know, you don't have to keep going to the office to ask for some. They're there, and I know they're there. And it's, again, you might never need them, but they're there just in case. So if you can pick up some tachograph rolls from somewhere, 2 of them, keep them in there, don't ever use them, it's perfect. Right, what else have we got in here? Not for this type of weather, but a pair of sunglasses. You'd be amazed in the summer how many times you actually need them, and also in sometimes the winter with the low sun, it just helps. You know, something that you can easily forget. You can be on the road on a long journey and you wish you would have brought your sunglasses. So again, you know, just something that helps a little bit. Okay, looking through the bag, obviously I've got my coffee and my lunch. That's self-explanatory, that we need those. You may also need, just bear with me. You may also need maybe one of these. You don't massively need it, but most trucks have got a cigarette lighter which charges quite well. Okay, but this obviously is a portable charger. It's got 2 devices there which you can use for your phone, sat navigation, speaker, whatever else you use there, and it just helps. You know, it's just another port that you can use. Mine truck that I'm in at the minute, it's only got the 1 port, and I wish it did have more. But if that broke down, then you know what I mean. You could be in some trouble if you need your phone and it's got no charge. So a little battery pack like this can help as well. Okay. Another thing, very important thing. Should have told this earlier. Really important, I think. Pair of gloves, lorry gloves. Simple as that. You can use the various gloves. There are different types out there, and I've used a few when I first started. Obviously, I was inexperienced. Used the rubber ones. They felt a bit warm. Didn't like those really. Used a pair of gardening gloves. Cheap, okay, but they split quickly, and if it rained, they got absolutely soaked. So these, I saw a Class 1 driver use these specific lorry driving gloves. They're lined on the inside, nice and warm. They've got kind of like a leathery type of material on the outside, so they're quite waterproof within reason, and not really split. Bit of wear and tear, but they're not too bad. And you can pick them up from eBay, different variations. Just get 1 or 2, and they'll last you quite a while there, really. And that, I think, is about it. It's not an exhaustive list. If you're a Class 1 driver, you may need more. You know, obviously overnight bag, etc. Also, as well, there might be other things that I might have missed out, but looking round, looking what I've got, most of the stuff is what I've got, is what I need. Make sure you've got some water as well. Always have some water on hand, helps as well. And also as well, you can bring a book with you. Just depends, you know, you might be waiting at a delivery point for quite a while. You know, sometimes you get bored of your phone, you can always bring a book as well. So there are my things that I believe you should have. One last thing, just before I forget. Obviously, I've named all this stuff on what to bring, but what are you going to carry them in? Well, I started off with a rucksack. You get a lot of drivers with rucksacks, absolutely fine, but I found that I was squeezing a lot of stuff in. You get your sandwiches in there, your flask in there, all the other stuff sat in that box, and before you know it, you're overflowing a little bit. So I invested in one of these. It's a big bag. Not the most attractive, this one. This one came from a charity shop, only a couple of pound. But all my gear goes in there, and there's still ample room in there. Well worth investing in kind of like a sports bag rather than a rucksack. You've got plenty of room in your cab for it, and it just means you can fill it up with all sorts. So yeah, definitely recommend that. Right, well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like. That's fine by me. Any suggestions, comments, by all means, put them in the box below. And if you'd like me to do a topic as well, then by all means suggest that, and I'll give that a go. Okay, right, thank you for watching again.